Hi guys, we are back. So let's do an overview quickly. I'm seeing a decision needs to be made that hasn't been made yet. With the Seven of Swords here, there could be something that you're avoiding where you're like, you know what, it's not the best idea for me to do this without like making ends meet in another way, or I really need to get honest about this with myself, maybe with another person. And I'm seeing you trying to figure out how to send a message to another person. Like, how do I write this out? And I'm seeing somebody that you're looking to connect with. For some of you, I do get the feeling of there being maybe somebody that you're dealing with and potentially another person. But at the same time, this can be like two different aspects of yourself as well that you're trying to kind of manage things with and deal with. So then I'm seeing this like looking out, this learning that's happening about where you're going and what's unfolding. And I'm seeing something come to a completion. And then I'm seeing you move towards potentially like new love or a renewed type of love. I am seeing the Six of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So it does look like this has to do with somebody that you know, or something from the past is being pulled up. You want to take a hard look at this and make sure that this is in alignment for you. Because do you really want to leave what you already have? Like, is that a solid choice for you to be making? Because that may be kind of the crux of this decision for you. Like, do you really want to go somewhere else, or are you actually happy with what you have? Because for some of you, this Ten of Pentacles that you have, it feels like safety and security to you, and it means a lot to you, and you would be sabotaging it by moving away. But at the same time, for some of you, maybe you haven't been being like completely honest with yourself, or maybe you're getting to a point where you're like, you know what, even though I have that, like maybe with that person, or I've gotten this for myself, or whatever it is for you, it's not bringing me like emotional fulfillment, and so I am actually ready to move away from it. This is all going to depend on like you personally and how you're feeling. But you really want to ask yourself this question, because it seems like you're in the midst of a potential transition that you could be making. And so before you like really commit to this next part, like, do you really want to go in that direction? Or is it something where you're like, oh, maybe the grass is greener on the other side, and like your grass is already green, you're just not seeing it like that. And when you go over to whatever this other thing is, you're going to be like, wow, the grass really was green on my side of things, and now I'm over here and it's not going to be what I had. So you really, really want to be looking at this and being honest with yourself. Especially too with the Seven of Swords, this can be self-deception. There may be something going on, or it can be like not being honest with somebody in our lives, but more so it's about like us with us first and foremost. But by you not making a decision, this could be like that procrastination, that could be your form of self-sabotage, or of not truly giving something a chance to work out or figure out how to do something. Because it seems like there's some potential type of like cheating the process here that needs to be done correctly, or you could again be like avoiding doing something that needs to be done. Let's get further and see, because I want to know what's up with this Seven of Swords. I'm seeing like the more you look at something, the more stressful it gets. This feels very, very heavy to look into. It's like the more you're reading this, the more strain on your eyes you're feeling. You start getting a headache. It just seems like a lot here. I'm even seeing you be at a point where you kind of feel like you're at capacity, like I can't hold these sticks together anymore, and you're fretting this, but it's like you still have to hold it for another mile and a half. Like it's not done yet. It seems like we're going to be getting to an ending. It looks like this is connected with you and another person. I'm also seeing here what's hidden, and I'm looking at the Justice card. So there may be something that happens where there's some sort of like karmic justice that is meant. If something here has been going on that's out of alignment, there is going to be a greater universal alignment that is put into play here. Like if there's been any sort of like cheating the system or cheating within a relationship or being deceptive with somebody that you're in a partnership, things like that, it does look like karmic justice is going to be taking place. And for some of you, you want to be mindful of which side of this you're on. Like if you feel like you need to come clean with something, I would definitely suggest doing that. Otherwise, there are going to be other implications that may not be particularly happy for you. But also at the same time, for some of you, you could be like somebody may not be being honest with you, and you're going to be finding that out. There is going to be justice at the end of this situation, so whatever needs to be corrected or righted here is going to be, okay? And I am seeing like something that is not meant to continue is absolutely going to be coming to an end. But something about like justice being hidden until like the end is going to be happening. 6:44 on the time. So it's kind of like you don't realize that things are going to be balanced, and like right at the end, like in the last 5 minutes of the movie, like justice prevails in the situation. This is how I'm seeing things go. So as I said before, like make sure from a like my conscience standpoint, make sure that you are on like the right side of this. And like from where I'm standing here, like I can't tell you what the like right or wrong side of this. You know for yourself what feels like it's sitting well with you and what doesn't feel like it's sitting well with you. Whether you have a feeling about something or a hunch and you're not following through with it, or you feel like you need to be honest with someone and you haven't been, like you want to make sure that like you are clear between you and yourself and also the people that you're dealing with too. And if anything needs to be confronted and or addressed, you want to get on doing that. Because it seems like right now you're being given the opportunity to like correct things or to do things the right way, so you don't have to deal with backlash later for it. So it's like this is now your chance to set things up in the way that you want to set them up. Okay? I'm seeing a tower with the 10 of Swords. This could be like a spontaneous ending or an unexpected ending that happens. Okay. There's stress that you are feeling because something hasn't taken place yet. It is in the process of happening. You just have to hold out a little bit longer. You are going to get what you want, and I'm seeing there be like the materialization of this, that new beginning that you're looking for, this new chapter that you want to open. See this? A pentacle is like a physical manifestation. This is a wish fulfillment. The physical manifestation of a wish fulfillment. This is something materializing for you. Something that you already invested in, but it hasn't come through yet. It's being processed right now. You may be at a point where you're really struggling or even stressing out. Like, when is this thing going to happen? I feel like, as I said before, it's like I can't hold on to these sticks anymore, but you still got a mile and a half left. Just keep holding on to it. Things are going to be breaking. You just have to... This is a time where you're really, like, exemplifying your own endurance to yourself, essentially. Also, too, like, your guides wouldn't be giving you this if it wasn't something that you could handle. It seems like if you want this badly enough, you're going to hold out for it. Don't throw it away. Yeah, what I'm seeing too is that, like, in the past, sometimes when things got hard, you could have kind of abandoned ship. Don't do that. Don't do it. Like, don't avoid it just because it feels stressful. There also, I will say this too, like, there may be something that you're doing. There may be something that you're doing, something that you're participating in, meaning something that you're opening your energy to that is making this process harder, where if you stop doing this, it's not going to feel as difficult for you to get through this process. Let's use an example. Okay, you're trying to do something in your life right now that feels kind of stressful and kind of difficult. A big decision needs to be made, and you're going and, like, hanging out with one of your friends that you feel is not, like, maybe morally in alignment with you and where you are, and they're like, I would just cheat my way out of this, or, like, you know what, it's too hard, just, like, give up on it, or, like, Cindy over there doesn't have to deal with this problem, or they did it this way, but, like, kind of in a way of cutting corners. This person is not empowering you, okay? And this is just an example. This can be happening in many different ways. But you're, like, opening your energy up and telling this person your story, and they are not helping with the stress. They're not empowering you. They may be coming at it from a place of fear, or talking about other people, or telling you how to do things in a way that is, like, further encouraging your shadow, stuff like that. You want to be mindful of it, because whatever this thing is that you are connecting with, it may be making it more difficult right now. Because I'm seeing you kind of teetering on the edge of, we can knock this whole thing over, or we can keep it intact. You just need to deal with something that may feel kind of hard right now. And this is shadow work that you're moving through also. You just want to be mindful of what you're opening your energy to. This is always, like, a very simple way of knowing whether or not something is in alignment with you energetically. If you open yourself up to something, meaning, like, you're listening something or reading it or ingesting it or consuming it or talking to somebody about it, like, do you feel empowered by their energy? Do you feel encouraged? Do you feel, like, fortified? Do you feel supported? Or do you feel more stressed out? Do you feel unsettled? Do you feel, like, chaotic? Do you feel confused, unclear, suspicious, paranoid? Things like that. That's going to tell you the difference between something that's resonating with you in a high vibrational way and something that's resonating with you in a low vibrational way. High vibrational things, when you connect with them, you feel safe. Even when you are going through something difficult, it empowers you. It tells you you can do it. You feel like everything is going to be okay. You feel calm. You feel resilient, things like that. And so that's going to tell you the difference. And you get to choose. There are many different things that you can tap into. You want to pay attention to what you are choosing to tap into. I will say this too, because it's coming through. Just like in any field, you can have people that may be doing, like, a more quality job versus a lower quality job. You can have lots of different people within a field. Let's take the spiritual community, for example. You can have some people that are tapping into low vibrational stuff, and although, like, somebody may, really in any field, be gifted or have certain gifts when it comes to what they do, you also want to ask yourself what that person's intention is. Are they doing it from a healing space or from a different type of space? And what are you opening your energy up to? Interesting that this is coming through. I wasn't expecting us to go in this direction. I'm seeing responsibility also take an important, be an important piece of this. There may be somebody that you end up collaborating with and or working with that kind of helps you with this. Okay, let me just look at everything. It does look like you are moving closer towards something that you want. You're just figuring out how to do that right now, especially with a lot on your plate, and how to do it in the right way. In a way that you're going to feel good about how you did this, okay? This is very important. I'm seeing a couple different elements in the reading, and that is one of them. It's like, put yourself in spaces where people are empowering you, and what you're connecting with is empowering you. This means also opening yourself up to and learning from people that are empowered within their own lives. Whether this be like books that you're reading or shows that you're watching or like voices that you're listening to, like channels or YouTubes or the radio or podcasts or whatever it is. You want to ask yourself like where your information is coming from, because I'm seeing you be in a space where you're looking very absorbent to energy. And so you want to ask yourself how that is impacting you and how it's influencing you. Okay. I'm just looking at Pluto here. We are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for connecting. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.